Hey, fellow Patriots, Bravo Echo here. Hope for survival. I wanted to drop a quick podcast down, and tonight I would like to talk about focus. Focusing on what's important, focusing on skills, focusing on learning skills, then doing skills, focusing on tasks that you need to do, tasks you've started that you need to complete, um, meeting new people, spending time with people maybe who you don't know, and seeing how um, individuals communicate around one another, who's the strong will, who's the observer, things of that nature. I'm bringing this point out because I continue seeing and observing uh, individuals who intent is good. Um, they mean well, but it seems a lot of folks are investing their time maybe in places where it's occupying their mental capacity, if you will, and they're spending hours and hours on things that's not going to benefit them at the local level as far as preparedness goes. It's good to know what's going on around you. It's good to know world events, things that are occurring. That's all important. But if you're spending the majority of your time worrying about these things, and I say worrying with a capital W, um, you might need to step back away from everything and start making lists of things that you need to accomplish each day. Things that maybe you started and didn't complete for any number of given reasons. Maybe you need parts, maybe you don't know how to complete it, so you put it aside and you think you'll get back to it at a later date. Now is that time. Um, Now is the time that you need to be spending focusing on things directly related to your preparedness planning and your preparedness package on how you think you're going to get through different situations, whether it may be beefing up home security, whether you're in an apartment, maybe you live in suburbia, maybe you live in a rural area. Many of you are doing great things, and I compliment you for that. Many of you are taking tasks, doing big projects, completing greenhouses, adding fuel deposits to supplement fuel costs that are rising, and also fuel availability. Fuel to support equipment that you may have around your farm or property, tillers, mowers, tractors, things of that nature. um, Canning, learning how to can. I know a great deal of folks that have learned how to can in the last 6 months, and some folks are turning into canning maniacs. I love it. Putting major amounts of food, quality food, into their canning pantry. These are all great things. Okay. So I ask you this question, and you can answer it for yourself. It's questions that you should be asking yourself. If I spend 2 and 3 hours a day uh, watching and trying to figure out what's going to happen next in Ukraine, what's going to happen in Iran, what's going to happen with the elections, folks, this is way over our head. Okay? We can what if it, we can what if it, we can what if it. The truth is, the only responsibility that we have, other than getting involved in our local community, finding the best candidates to vote for who represent our values, is going in to vote. Um, if there are segments of the process that want to cheat and steal the election in any fashion from either party, it's going to happen whether we like it or we do not like it. It's the ramifications of it that's going to impact us. And again, I'll use myself as an example. Prices in grocery stores are escalating almost daily. And in some areas, availability of products is starting to run short. Fortunately, in our household, because we started preparing some time ago, we're able now to offset the high cost of groceries by shopping in our own grocery store from resources that we put away. This helps rotate our stock, and it also helps us offset cost. Individuals who are retired now, who are on fixed incomes, and they're having to tighten their belt. Um, Hopefully, they've put enough away that they can help offset some of these costs by pulling from their own stock. All right. Hopefully, none of us, anyone watching this video, hopefully, no one is having to make a choice between food, paying their utility bill for heat as we go into winter, buying fuel, paying for medicinal needs, because it's not going to get any better. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's just not going to get any better. But the positive side is the effort that you put into this every day, doing some type of project, whether it's food, learning how to purify water, going to your local area to get training, finding classes that you can take virtually. Invest your time in things that are going to help you. All right. And again, it's focus, 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 and having the willpower to stay on course to things that are going to benefit you. A lot of the garbage that's out there being peddled, it may come true, it may not come true. Okay. But the hours you're spending in those areas could be much better spent in doing things that's going to help you and help your family. Okay. And I don't want that to come across in a negative fashion to you. It's just something that you have to think about, and you have to decide of what you're going to do for yourself now while you can, before the time comes that you cannot. Either something that impacts your life, whether it's cost, whether it's the unavailability of the resources that you need to add to your resource planning, your food, and so forth. So give that some thought, okay, on where are you focusing your energy and your time. It's a great time right now if you say, hey, you know what, I've planned all I can plan. There's nothing else I can do. I challenge you. A lot of these items that you've purchased, go get them out of the box. Okay? See if you know how to use the item and without reading the instructions. And I bet you in many cases you're going to say, I don't know how to do this. Well, imagine if the time comes, there's no one around to help you, you have no internet to watch how to do it on YouTube, and you just have to step back and break down and read the instructions. Yeah, I know. If you're like me, I hate reading instructions. I want to look at it, touch it, figure it out, and move ahead. But sometimes we just have to read instructions. I have 2 or 3 instruction books laying here on my desk of items that I need to take time to read on how to use a product. And I will do so. And I'm challenging you to do so as well. Okay? You may have gone and bought firearms. Have you even been to the range and know how to use it? Do you know how to break your weapon down after you use it to properly clean it? and how to properly store it? Have you been through a safety class? Don't assume, because you may have some skills, don't assume that it can't be that hard. I know how to do it. I'm telling you from past experience, if things tank or a situation occurs at home tomorrow, a week from now, when an event happens and your stress level escalates, your heart rate goes up, and your blood goes to your brain. All right, um, you're gonna be like a chicken running around chasing his tail. I promise you that. Okay, it's just part of how the body works. So get these things out, learn how to use them, train with them, learn how to break them down and clean them, whatever the piece of equipment may be. Learn how it works. All right, test yourself. Do it blindfolded. Do it routinely over and over and over for a few days until it becomes habit. All right, because when your brain starts to malfunction because of how the body works, if you have been working with this item routinely, how you have trained with it is going to follow in motion. Okay, it's just how it works. All right. So there's some discussions going on right now. There's been a little validation that there's an upcoming shortage of diesel. I don't know how many of you may use diesel in your daily routine, either in a vehicle or maybe around your property. You need to start giving it some thought. I know a few of you have taken steps to counter it. I like to think and live by one is none, two is one, and three is better. Have a backup plan and a backup plan. So when the primary purpose fails or won't work, you have a backup plan in place. So what are you going to do if they start curtailing and allotting the amount of diesel that can be sold? The very first article I wrote when I got into preparedness and started thinking of writing the first book and doing the website, the first article I wrote is called "When the 18-Wheelers Stop Rolling." This has probably been one of my top concerns in the preparedness arena of everything that we're seeing that is going on, has been going on, and continues to go on. Our nation, for the most part, functions or operates with a just-in-time supply system, meaning pharmaceuticals, fuel, and food basically stocks in a 3-day rotation, meaning they keep their store supplies at a 3-day supply, and they have minimal in their warehouses behind the walls. Okay. When you go through and they scan it, most supply systems will send a signal to wherever their depot's at, and in the next shipment coming to you, they'll send that ever how many cans of corn, how many cans of beans, whatever item is, that's how many they will send back to that store. If the trucks stop rolling and they can't supply you, that means in 3 days, or if there's over shopping or panic buying, the shelves are going to go empty really, really quick. That's food, fuel, and medicine. So hopefully by this point, you have figured it out that you need to overstock your home, or the best you can have some extra medications on hand, and have plans for putting back some fuel if need be. Because if the 18-wheelers stop, that also means most likely the trains are going to stop rolling, and you're going to see a lot of major shutdowns, which is going to then chain reaction, and it's going to impact products available, transportation, and then it'll start impacting jobs. All right. One of the big reasons I talk about preparedness and not prepping is to prepare for every day. Okay. Every event that could impact your life to change it from how you're living it at this moment. If you lose your job, if you're still working, do you have enough resources put aside to sustain you if there's nowhere to go shopping? If you have the funds to go stock up on more resources without a paycheck, can you do so? Well, what if there's no 18 wheelers and there's been panic buying and there's nothing to buy, right? So the whole point here is not to be scared and not to panic. The whole point here is to try and get you to think outside the box, right? And in this situation, the left of bang would be the 18 wheelers aren't rolling or there's no diesel fuel. The boom of the bang is going to be when that happens. Panic buying is going to occur. And if you don't already have resources, you're not going to get them. So now, because you ignored the messages of to get prepared, what is your plan? If you never convinced your family to plan, they're going to be up the same creek too. So who are you going to turn to? All right. So this is just one area of many you need to think about. And again, it goes back to focus, focus, focus. Focus on mentally running it through your head. It's not panic, it is being responsible. If this happens, what am I going to do? If this happens, what am I going to do? What's my backup plan? If you're a Lone Ranger and you haven't established a community, it's going to be even worse. All right. Um, I'm blessed and fortunate. The community that I live in, we have a lot of like-minded individuals who are responsible and who are noticing things that are occurring in the world and how it's impacting them here in the local area, and they've taken steps to prepare. This is a great benefit to me. It's a great benefit to them because as time goes on and more people are preparing, we know that we are surrounded in our community by individuals who are prepared, and we don't have to worry as much about people beating on our door begging for food when we didn't prepare as well and we don't have anything to eat, much less to give to someone else. Okay? So think about these things. Again, keep your head up. Don't drill into the sand and give up. Now's the time. If you've been delaying it, now's the time. I don't know how many times we need to sound the alarm to give you that heads up of that nudge to get out of the recliner and put the ding dongs down, throw that box of Twinkies away, and go get into action. Okay? You can either be a leader or a follower, and if you're following 95% of the others around you, you're going to be sitting there eating ding dongs, and when your box runs out and there's no more Twinkies either, you're not going to have any at the store. All right? So get into action. Start doing things for yourself, building plans. What do you need? Go get them and go forth. Okay? If you go to the website, www.hopeforsurvival.com, and this week's edition number of the Patriot Express newsletter, number 186, I put a 102 question assessment questionnaire on there that you should go through and ask yourself these questions. This is a basic questionnaire. All right. It can go into greater detail. These are just basics, asking you questions of things have you done, things do you have, so on and so forth. All right. This will give you a really good evaluation on the basics of where you're at. Okay. So if you got any questions, you can email me at preparedness101 at protonmail.com. Come visit our website. at hopeforsurvival.com. We have numerous checklists on there. And again, kudos to those in Hope for Survival who are preparing. We had a great Zoom session last night with question answer amongst the members. Things they're working on, maybe some problem areas, great information sharing of people helping people, right? And that's what it's about. Be strong, independent, listen when others are talking, learn from others, and when you can help them do so. All right? Build that bond. If you can, build your community and go forth. Be a leader, not a follower, and you're going to be okay. But you have to take action now. That's the important thing. All right? So until next time, be blessed, stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. If you are new to Hope for Survival, you can check out our books at our webpage. Book 1, which is Hope for Survival, Getting You Prepared for Disasters, and Book 2, Hope for Survival, The Mindset, are both available for order on the website. We also offer the Hope for Survival football stick, which is a memory stick set up as a digital filing cabinet with files already loaded on there for you to digitally copy items such as deeds, auto transcript for ownership, wills, living wills, loans, banking information, items that if your home burned down or you had some form of a disaster, you could have all your important papers already digitally filed on this stick. All you do is simply drag the digital file into the appropriate preset folder so that you'll have it in the event of a disaster. You have to flee your home in a hurry, or also if you're away from home and you need critical information that's personal. If you have your memory stick with you, you can put it in your computer and pull that information up wherever you may be. Again, you can find these items to order at our website, https www.hopeforsurvival.com, or you can email me at preparedness101@protonmail.com, and I will try to help you out. Again, thanks for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. Hope to see you again.